that the show would be shut down, but if I move my event to her location on Greenwood, that I would be fine.
Yeah, it's a good thing you took it that way because honestly, that's exactly what it was. I think I get now why you felt like it was bullying. Probably because it was. I'm not saying she was consciously trying to bully you, but when she did what she did, that's exactly how it landed. And hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, and drop your thoughts in the comments. You already know who we're talking about. Let's get into it. Tiffany, Miss Supermayor. She loves throwing these parties. But the problem? Nobody shows up. Even when she books real celebrities for her Taste of Thornton event, only 7 people showed. Yes, 7. And they weren't even regular attendees. They were handpicked. That's who came to enjoy the vibes. So when Tiffany hyped up this massive event, acting like it was going to be the party of the year, it was giving delusion. It's like someone who already had 3 full-course meals, ice cream for breakfast, and still decides to hit up a buffet. That's Tiffany. Her appetite for attention is always way bigger than what she can actually handle. In her mind, she's a superstar. In her mind, she's adored. That's probably why she thought she was going to win in a landslide instead. She lost in a landslide. Her reality and actual reality to totally different things. This latest party she tried to throw. She knew there was a guy in town who ran a car show that actually drew crowds. People loved it. Every year it packed out. Probably because she wasn't involved. So what does Tiffany do? She tries to shut it down and redirect the entire crowd to her own event instead. Like, yeah, just come over here and party with me. The plan? Steal someone else's audience and act like she was the reason they came out. Let's be real. Stealing seems to be Tiffany's favorite hobby at this point. And this next part? I almost called it cute, but not it's straight up wild. So apparently, the South Suburban Car Show got canceled after someone placed giant concrete blocks at the entrance. Yeah, you heard that right, giant concrete barricades. Now the Park District is saying it was an act of revenge by Tiffany, and they're seriously considering suing her. As they should. For the past 8 years, Darren Bosley has organized that annual car show in the Needles Park parking lot. This year, he paid $1,000 for the permit. Then, out of nowhere, he gets a call from Tiffany's top assistant. And you already know what kind of shady conversations were happening behind the scenes. I'm just saying, it has Kamal's fingerprints all over it. I'm not trying to blame everything on him. Let's be honest, he probably hyped her up with something like, if you can just combine your event with the car show, everyone will think you're the reason they showed up. Now, a reasonable person would have gone to Bosley and said, hey, I know your car show's a big deal. What if we teamed up? But that's not how Tiffany rolls. See, car shows have their own vibe. People don't just show up for the cars they come for. The culture, the photos, the atmosphere. A car show has its own crowd. Tiffany's events. They don't bring that energy. They flop. That's why she has to pay people to attend. She's literally giving out flat-screen TVs just to fill a room. And honestly, I'd show up too for the TV and a good laugh. So yeah, Tiffany tried to leech off a successful event and hoped it'd make her look relevant. But what happened instead? Bosley was told if he moved his event to her location on Greenwood, he'd be fine. Did he take it as a threat? Yes, because it was one. And again, not saying she set out to bully him, but when she bullied him, there was definitely bullying happening. Tiffany out here thinking she's a mob boss? Hold on, or at least she was. Now, she's probably back in her parents' basement. Actually, where is Tiffany? What is Tiffany? Why is Tiffany? So Bosley shows up on Saturday morning to the park, and what does he find? Huge concrete blocks. And on top of that, Dolton police threatening to tow cars that tried to park. What kind of government beef is this? You've got the Park District, a whole separate government entity now, going up against the village. All because Tiffany couldn't handle a little competition. And you already know she gave the order for those barricades. Just picture her. Out there in the dead of night, directing the placement of stone blocks like she's building a moat around her ego. And you know she was talking mess the whole time. Of course she was. Park District President Cleo Jones came out and said it plain, Mayor. Henyard has no legal authority over Park District property. He believes she pulled this stunt to sabotage the car show because it was too close to her little house music event. And he's probably right. She didn't want competition. She wanted to steal the car show crowd and pretend like they came for her, so she could run around telling people she's loved, she's famous. She's the reason everyone comes out. And here's the kicker, she could have just been nice. That's all it would have taken. Some basic decency. But when you want something, you don't set the other person's house on fire. You don't show up with intimidation as your first move. But that's her go-to tactic. Always has been. Intimidation. It's her entire playbook. Tiffany Henyard's strategy has always been the same. How can I scare you into giving me what I want? In her mind, if she's the loudest, the boldest, the most aggressive, then she wins. That's how she sees power. But all it really does is turn everyone against her. And if you were to ask her why people are upset, she'd probably give the same tired excuse. They're just hating on me. They don't like me because I'm black, young, and a woman. No, Tiffany. That's not what this is. This man just wanted to host his annual car show and event that brings the community together, something positive people actually look forward to. And what did you do? You swooped in and shut it down because you couldn't stand the idea that something might be bigger or better than your little event? That's not leadership. That's ego. That's sabotage. Let's not act like you didn't know when the car show was scheduled. That date had been locked in for a long time. In fact, I'd argue you've picked your own event date on purpose to overlap. It's like I'll throw mine the same day, and then I'll just absorb the car show crowd. But the kicker? Even tell the man. It's no heads up, no conversation, no collaboration. Just silence and a backdoor ambush. So when he didn't play along with your unspoken scheme, you retaliated. And then had the nerve to say, well, he could just bring it too. My event? Girl, why would you want him to move the entire event to your space when you clearly didn't want him to have it at all? None of it makes sense. The logic doesn't exist. The screws are loose. They loose. The barricades, the threats. The games, this isn't just petty, it's bullying. And here's the truth. It's not going to work anymore. Because we're done watching it play out in silence. We're moving forward. Stronger, smarter, and with our eyes wide open. Remember when she used village employees and public money to march to Springfield for a charity in her own name? FOAX 32 reported it. Let that sink in. Public funds used for a PR stunt to prop up her own image? That's not service. It's self-promotion on the taxpayer's dime. What would I say to Tiffany? Get your life together. Get your act together. Because this mess you've created, it's not leadership. There are real people out here spending their own time and money to organize peaceful, positive events for the community. And you're out here tearing them down for what? Your own clout? Try explaining that to Tiffany. Oh, wait, you can't. She doesn't care. Never did. She didn't even pretend to. Sure, she said she cared once, but she couldn't even look people in the eye when she said it. That's how weak the lie was. And here's the tragic part, she had it made. Tiffany managed to slide into a position pulling in nearly $400,000 a year. And on top of that, she funneled another $100,000 to her boyfriend. She had a whole system set up where she could funnel money to her inner circle. Her yes men, her foot soldiers, no questions asked. All she had to do was not mess it up. But she couldn't help herself. She couldn't compromise. She couldn't chill. She went full dictator mode. And because of that, she fumbled the bag, and honestly, she never should have had it in the first place now. Shocker, the village of Dolton and the mayor's office haven't responded to the latest fallout. But the Park District president, oh, he's not playing. He said, they're considering suing both the mayor and the village for overstepping legal authority. And they should, because Tiffany is a habitual overstepper. A boundary crosser, always has been. She walks right over every line, every time. Just adds another lawsuit to the stack. Does she care? Of course not. She'd never thought she'd have to answer for any of it. She's out here like, well, if there's a lawsuit, it's not me getting sued, it's the village. Meanwhile, she's stacking cash and making her exit plan. Let someone else clean up her mess. But here's The thing we may not know where she is right now, but you know who does? The feds. Oh yeah, they know. And they've got the time, the receipts, and the tools to take their sweet time with her. So let her keep thinking she pulled it off. Let her believe she got away. But she didn't. She really did. Anyway, y'all, stay good because I'm not. Nope, I'm done. But Mama loves you. Yes, you do. Peace.